really keeps it from being just a perfect film for me is those end titles.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't have those, then I think it would be as perfect as it can be. Some of Spencer Treat Clark's line readings aren't great, especially when after David picks him up at school and he's saying, "Oh no, you can't be hurt." Some of those aren't great, but I mean he's a kid, so I'm not gonna fault him for it. But other than that, I think the movie is about as perfect as can be. I by far think it's M. Night Shyamalan's best film.
Okay.
Like I said, if you would say The Sixth Sense, that's good too. That works. Sixth Sense is a fantastic film.
Honestly, I haven't seen The Sixth Sense recently. Like, it's been so long that I would have to give that a rewatch, like we did tonight, and then I would probably assess my opinion later. But no, yeah, Unbreakable is definitely a solid, like in his top tier stuff as far as directing.
Like I said, I know a lot of people were disappointed with it. I know that some people that I worked with at the time were just, like it never really gets going. And like I said, we talked about that it's almost the first act of a bigger story. And the whole movie kind of feels like a build-up to something or an origin story, but I think that it does very well at kind of setting up these characters in this world and saying this is a very human and real portrait of what being a superhero would be. And I think that that's really why I enjoy the movie, is it kind of gets into the real human emotions that would come into play with a superhero film.
In closing, what do you think of that little action sequence where the David goes into he does his kind of rescue thing, where once he gets out of the pool and he goes up and he goes to subdue what'd you say he was?
The Orange Man. That's how he's credited. Is the Orange Man is the name of the villain.
He's like what, a janitor or maintenance guy?
Maintenance guy from the train station. Which, do you notice when he takes the trash out of a trash can, but he doesn't replace the trash bag in it. He just puts the lid back on and then
walks away. Well, it's because they most of the when you're in a job like that, I think you double bag them.
Okay.
So you could get away with maybe taking the top layer out.
Okay.
And there's still a liner in there. So, just saying.
No, I noticed that, especially tonight watching it. I was like, well, he takes the bag out, but he never puts another bag in there. But continue. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to know what your thoughts are on the little tussle that they do, where when he's trying to get David off of him, there are noticeable breaks in the drywall.
Yes. I think it's amazing. That's an amazing sequence. The way it's shot is incredible. That's just one shot, no edits, and probably stunt performers, but maybe Bruce Willis for real. Smashing the wall, not a real wall, I would assume.
I'm sure they were. It was like a dummy wall.
Yeah, but I think it's an amazing sequence. I love that sequence, and just the force that he's getting slammed into the wall, that he's leaving these huge dents and indentations in the
that one big
wall.
One where he throws him over top of his head.
he goes horizontal into the wall above the bed,
and then he falls back down on his feet.
Yeah,
that's excellent. As far as timing and just how they were able to do that all in what looks like one shot.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's a great sequence. That's one of my favorites in the movie. Another one of my favorites, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, is when he's lifting the weights. I think that's a really cool sequence, and
something they it's like trick photography, I guess, where they could probably have done that very easily, but it looks like it's really happening. Shout out to Chewbacca.
Chub, you're the special guest. We want to know what you think of Unbreakable.
So what else? We got to close out the show.
Yeah, let's close it out.
We have Blue Valentine coming up.
Yes.
Screening, if you're in the San Diego area, we're going to be showing Blue Valentine on Valentine's Day, even though it's a pretty sad movie. So come hang out with us. It'll be at the Digital Gym Cinema on El Cajon Boulevard, if you're familiar with the North Park area. Tickets are $11 right now. You can find them on the Digital Gym website, maybe through Fandango as well. Don't quote me on that. Blue Valentine is Ryan Gosling, Michelle Williams, directed by Derek Cianfrance of Place Beyond the Pines. If you're unfamiliar, check that out.
Which you guys covered.
Yeah, we did. I actually love that episode. Yeah, so look out for that this Valentine's Day. The show time will be at 8 p.m. So if you're not doing anything, or if your plans are ending by then, come down and say hi. We're going to have some inspired merch from the film, so it should be a fun time. Come down.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for coming to that in advance as well.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be the first one I'll ever make it to, and I won't have some screening or something holding me up, some special event holding me up that I gotta stay and work.
Yeah. I hope we can sell it out, or something to that effect. What else? Look us up on Instagram. We have a Instagram for the Drop the Mic podcast. It's drop_the_mic_podcast. And
what can we find on there, Wesley?
we basically post with weekly recs. I do video edits with some of the original music that my buddies do for the show, featured on the show, a way to kind of get them more exposure, exposure as well. Just basically rehashing things that we talk about on here that maybe people don't know about yet. So just a ways, a different medium to get attention. So go follow us. We are very, active on it. Me and James Warney, my co-host, who had to leave early tonight, are both logged in. So if you want to drop into the DMs, or if you have any suggestions or anything that you want to talk about with us, just hit us up on there. And what else? Listen, stream us on the podcast. If you don't already, if you're maybe listening to this by chance or because of the movie we're talking about, please listen to our other episodes. We have a big archive. This is 96, I believe. Mm-hmm. And there's some fun to be had if you don't know who we are yet. You can find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, all major podcast platforms I believe we're on, and Spotify, of course. Spotify's a big one for us, so check us out.
Yeah.
And thank you, Chris, for being such a loyal listener and frequent guest.
I like doing the show.
It's always a pleasure having you.
I like doing the show. Have fun listening to it too.
Thank you for, you're always following along, so thank you for taking the journey with us.
Of course.
It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you, you and James, for having me all the time, for listening.
Yeah.
And for putting up with a lot of my random thoughts on
No, it's fun. It's always fun. So, what can these lovely people expect when we do the next episode together? It might not be next week, but what do we want to do as an episode later?
The one that we talked about doing, we're gonna put off for a little bit for a couple of reasons. I think what you and I talked about the other day, I think we'll do a major cult movie. I mean, this Unbreakable is somewhat of a cult film, but I think we'll do a major cult movie that we talked about. Mm-hmm. Or what you suggested, since we were on that Sam Elliott tip the other day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Maybe we do that, or maybe we'll do a good cult film from about 30 years ago.
Nice.
I won't say what now because I don't know exactly what we'll do. Maybe I'll change my mind, but
cool.
I'll definitely run that by you and James and see if you guys are down to do that episode, and we can put that together and put it on the calendar for sometime next month.
Nice.
What have you given any thoughts to your 100th episode yet? I know that's coming up here next month. I think we did the math the other day, and that was going to be the week of the Blue Valentine screening.
Which would be that Friday, because Valentine's Day lands on a Thursday, so it's going to be a tight schedule. I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything and incriminate myself on the air just yet, but hopefully we'll have something fun and interesting for the 100th episode.
I think you should do something special.
Yeah.
Not strictly cover a film, but do something special. It's your 100th episode.
Like an overall, okay.
Yeah, I think you guys have really done well. The 100 episodes is almost 2 years of going. You've never missed an episode. You've had one every single week.
Yep.
I think that's an amazing feat. So I think that you should do something special, whatever that may be, whatever you and James decide to do.
Well, there's going to be something coming. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. It means the world to us. Thank you, Chris, for believing in the show and
of course
being on all the time. And
thank you for having me on all the time.
Bringing all your notes. It's always fun sitting down with you and talking film with someone who's like-minded, or at least I would like to think so.
Well, thank you. I like talking film and I love film, and this is a good platform for me to get out there and talk about movies that mean a lot to me.
Yeah. Or
maybe not mean a lot to me if I come across something that I don't really care for and I have a strong opinion on how much I hate it. But this is always fun. I enjoy doing this show very much, and thank you for always having me. And I hope I have good picks when I'm on. I hope I pick some good movies.
Honestly, I think that you do, man. And you pick things that are kind of out of the norm and very fun. And today is just one of the many examples of that.
Thank you.
So until next time. Or next week, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat. Hopefully, we'll have Diego on as a guest, returning guest. Shout out to him if you're listening to this. What's up? We're going to do the original Mortal Kombat. That's my dog in the background. Don't mind him. He just wants some treats. But thank you all. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
It's been real. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Then one day I saw a news story about a train accident, and I heard them. There is a sole survivor, and he is miraculously unharmed. I have something called osteogenesis imperfecta. It's a genetic disorder. I don't make a particular protein very well, and it makes my bones very low in density, very easy to break. I've had 54 breaks in my life. And I have the tamest version of this disorder. Type 1. There are type 2, type 3, type 4. Type 4s don't last very long. So that's how it popped into my head. If there's someone like me in the world, and I'm at one end of the spectrum, couldn't there be someone else opposite of me at the other end? Someone who doesn't get sick, who doesn't get hurt like the rest of us. And he probably